Hello Space Watchers and welcome back to our weekly nugget. So last Wednesday, April the 23rd, was Space Day of China, and China used it cleverly as a massive public relation megaphone to make sure to convey to the world some big announcements in the space strategy. First of all, Thursday the 25th, the Shenzhou 18 manned spaceship docked at the Tiangong space station, and it carried 3 Chinese astronauts. Just as a reminder, China built its own space station, the Tiangong space station, after being excluded from the ISS, from the International Space Station, due to the fact that it was not able to provide a clear proof of separation between the civil space program and the military space program. The second announcement was about more partnership joining the IRS, the International Lunar Research Station. The new partners include Nicaragua, the Asian Pacific Space Cooperation Organization, and the Arab Union for Astronomy and Space Sciences. So 1 country and 2 international organizations. Slightly different from Artemis, which is based on bilateral agreement between nations. So in my opinion, this is China's way to go around the unwritten rule that if you are a country that joined the Artemis program, you cannot join the IRS. There were many other announcements, but the main message of China during the Space Day was that they are on track and they will build the lunar base by 2030. So the race is on with Artemis, especially because Artemis is not on track. Just to be completely honest, to say that you're on track and actually be on track are 2 different things. So we expect, in our opinion, that China will encounter some delays. So the 2030 goals might not be actually feasible even for a country that goes so fast like China. And nevertheless, this geopolitical advance, this space interest is extremely important if we analyze it in the international geopolitical situation. Russia and China continue to intensify their economic and military cooperation inside and outside the space domain. Another country that is a rationale is Iran, because Tehran supports Russia and Russia supports Tehran. So we're having 3 countries. We have in China, we have in Russia, and we have in Iran forming an axis. And this axis is reflected in the LRS program, is reflected in the space domain. On the other hand, very interesting, to complete this puzzle, we're having an important China-India rising tension. Let's not forget that on the 30th of April, and this is a news that might have not reached the West, Elon Musk was expected in India for a startup event. And he cancelled this trip to go to China to sign an agreement for Tesla manufacturing. And the Indians, of course, did not like that. They felt snubbed. So on one hand, China and India are 2 major countries in Asia, and they are not in good terms. On the other hand, China's space program is aggressive and is somehow a threat to the US leadership and supremacy. So for the rules of the enemies of my enemies are my friends, we predict that India might turn into a key ally for the US in its race against China. Once again, space becomes the mirror of the rising geopolitical tensions that we are observing on Earth. And sadly to say, possible the battlefield in which the Second Cold War might take place if it explodes. And as the things are going, obviously we hope not, but we see that the situation is heating up more and more. And with this, I say goodbye, I say cheerio, and we wish you a fantastic week ahead. Thank you very much. Space Watch out.